Greetings, Russell Dolag here once again with the 4th branch, bringing you another interview. We're down here in Paoa Valley area, here with Noda Lajigar, Consul General of the Marshall Islands. Thanks again for meeting with us today.
My pleasure.
We've got a lot of questions to go after, answering questions that are relevant to the islands and questions asked by you, the viewers. So let's just dive right into it. First thing we usually do is we ask the person we're interviewing just to give a little info about themselves. So take it away, sir.
Thank you, and first of all, thank you guys for stopping by. And just a little summary about myself. I was born in Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall Islands and grew up in Ohio. I went to elementary school, high school, college in Ohio, and transferred to UC Irvine in California, finished up my degree at UC Irvine, political science. After that, I went back home and worked with the local government in Kwajalein Atoll. And then I worked for the U.S. Army for 5 years as a liaison between the Marshall Islands government and the U.S. Army.
Oh.
And after that, the government of the Marshall Islands hired me as the representative to the Army base. Then I dealt with the Marshallese government, the U.S. Army, and the leadership at Kwajalein Atoll. And in 2008, they sent me here to be the Consul General, so I've been here since. I'm married, I have 5 kids, and happy to be in Hawaii. And I was looking at the weather back east. I think Hawaii is the place to be right now.
Don't want to be in that cold, huh? All right, so you're the Consul General. A lot of people are interested to know what are the roles and duties of the Consul General, and if you could just take us through a day of work.
The duties and the role of the Consul General and the consulate here, especially in the state, is the welfare of the Marshallese citizens who reside in Hawaii, and also we deal with state issues concerning our citizens, and also try to look for investors that would come out to the Marshall Islands to do investment and development work through businesses and other areas of interest.
So right now, this area, this building we're in, this facility, what's it used for, and what are the priorities that the office is on right now?
The area we're in is belongs to the Marshall Islands government. We purchased this back in the 80s. The first building that you see by the road is our referral patients building. These are where our patients that are referred from the Marshall Islands stay while they're being treated by the medical facilities here in Hawaii. And the building we are in is our office here on the 3rd floor. On the 2nd floor is our referral office, which is operated by the Minister of Health. And the rest of the rooms here belongs to our staff.
So if one of the Marshallese citizens was here on medical referral for health, what are some of the services you provide? You provide like housing, what about transportation, any other?
Yes, we provide housing, transportation, stipends for them to live with, and also, a couple, if they're here long, we would provide them transportation to the stores and other places. And before they leave, we usually take them to PCC, Polynesia Cultural Center, and other places.
Cultural activities.
Yes.
To stay. That's really nice. So how many citizens are here on medical referral right now?
Right now we have 18 on medical referral of people with cancers are being treated, other illnesses, broken bones that cannot be set back in the islands. They set them here. Cases that we cannot treat back in the islands would be sent here. And also, I don't think we have any patients, small kids at the Shriners usually volunteer and bring them here. And we house them here, and they go to the Shriner Hospital to get their treatment.
So you said you service a lot of the Marshallese citizens here living in Hawaii. recently there's been a small healthcare crisis when Hawaii was denying some services. What was your part during that crisis when the state was?
Well, our part, and we have to remember that our government and the state government, we cannot really get into it with the lawsuits and other things that came, but we do we go through our avenues on dialogues with the governor. We also work with Senator Inoue and Senator Akaka, and a couple of the representatives from the State House and a couple of the senators from the State Senate, trying to convince the Governor Lingle at that time not to go through with this because of a lot of undone business that affected the basic health care that was really a discrimination towards the Micronesian people.
Is there like a lot of backlash when that happened? Did you get a lot of phone calls, complaints, and stuff like that?
We did, and we work with the people, asking them to be patient because Hawaii did come up with a basic health. That meant our services were not really completely stopped. There were treatments that were,
right,
and those were important, like dialysis and chemotherapy, and we had a lot of people on those, and that's what we really fought after and get it back. But we have to remember the services were really not going to be stopped. But for the state at that time to single out individual people, instead of everybody, and say, hey, we're going to stop some of these services to you. And we also have to remember that the Micronesian people being here are getting some money from the U.S. government through the compact.
Right.
It's called the Impact Fund that goes to certain states that Micronesians live in to offset the cost. But I know it costs the state a lot of money, and the 11 million coming to Hawaii is a small amount, but still they're getting. And plus, we have to remember that a lot of our Micronesians work here in Hawaii and are paying also taxes.
Oh, thank you. That's a lot of good information that not a lot of people are aware of. On that note, do you think you guys provide what you said, like a lot of good services here? Do you think the Marshallese people are aware of these services and the existence of your office?
Yes, there are more Marshallese people that know about the office now, not like before, and they've been calling my office to get certain services, especially passports, because their passports have expired. And living here in the U.S., you have to have a valid passport. And a lot of our citizens, Micronesians, do not know that. They think you come here, and you live, and your passport expires. And when they go to housing department to renew their contracts with the housing, they say, hey, you can't renew without a valid passport. So we're getting more and more people coming to the office every day.
What are some of the procedures? Like, you got to fill out a form for the passports?
For passport?
Yeah.
It depends. If you have a lost passport, then you have to come and fill out the application, and the fee is higher, and then with 2 photos, and we'll either help you. You would either send it to the Marshall Islands or send it back. If you have a passport that expired, you just make a copy and fill out the application and 2 pictures, and it's not as much as losing a passport.
What's the fee?
Fee for a passport now is $50, $35 for students, and $100 for lost
passports.
Yes, replaced.
All right, you heard it here. You need a passport to live in this state or in America. So if you lost it or need one, you know where to come.
I'll give you a video that recently was made by Tina Stiggy, and the video was funded by Department of Interior, and it really in Marshallese shows you what you need before coming into the States, because a lot of people come here without their immunization records, kids school cards, and other papers that they need to, because when they go to get to the doctors or to school to register, a lot of these documents they don't have, so they can't register.
Right. sorry, excuse me. Moving on from that stuff, what's the difference between a consulate and an embassy?
The consulate